I arrive at the Orlando Convention Center for MegaCon, Florida's largest sci-fi convention. I have to wait in line for my ticket as I haven't pre-ordered. Florida is the home of more Ghostbusters per capita than any state in the Union. I just hope there's some way to easily find all the Ghostbusters in this large crowd.
Yes. From Kentucky. Nice. Oh. Would you be in technology? So you're alien at home. My name is Nicholas Michelson, and I'm with the Palm Coast Ghostbusters. I've been with them for about 2.5 years now. And I guess the question asked me was why I love Ghostbusters. Honestly, it was a great comedy movie that had a huge impact on my life. It was a good kind of family time. My dad sat me down to watch it with him and kind of bonded, and the equipment always just fascinated me. It always looked so cool. So I couldn't resist when I had the ability to actually build some of the equipment, to actually do it.
I'm Scott Nance. I'm part of the Palm Coast Ghostbusters in Palm Coast, Florida. And we have our own organization, one of many, many Florida organizations that go around doing different charities and conventions and you name it, car shows. We have our own replica Ecto, the 1B that we have. It's a 70 Cadillac Miller Meteor. Basically just going around like the other groups do and doing different events and trying to entertain and have some fun with it as a hobby.
In Florida, there are so many groups. There are too many groups, really. But in reality, we are our own separate sects, but you know, we all come together. Like, this is Palm Coast's event. I'm an Orlando Ghostbuster. We're just working together, trying to make it the best event that we can possibly do. And of course, there's a lot of different things, like the Sun Coast guys. They're pretty good people. They're out of Tampa. We get together and just have a good time.
Well, we'll get emails or we'll meet people at conventions as far as like we want to join up, and we'll give them we'll send them over to GB Fans or another website just to like get them on the road to like get their stuff together. But mostly what we do anymore is we tell them just to, I thought somebody was standing behind me for a second. Mostly what we tell them is that come to the events, because all of the franchises meet up at these events and, you know, get to know us. And if we like you, you'll fall into one of the groups. But there are also some odd people, which I don't want to sound like an elitist, but it's just like, you know, people that haven't been let out of their parents' basement in about a couple years, but they're like, oh, I want to be a Ghostbuster, and you know, you just have to, because we're not very strict with anything. It's not like we have any moral codes or anything. It's just pretty much don't do anything stupid. Everything's pretty much common sense, you know. The one thing that like I have my guys not doing is if we're in uniform and we're around children, don't drink and don't smoke. But that's about it. But you have to understand though too, the first movie, there's a lot of drinking and smoking in that first movie. The first movie wasn't technically a kid's movie. It wasn't until the cartoon got big that everyone started like, you know, that's why Ghostbusters 2 is very kidded up and stuff, and that's why Slimer was supposed to be in the movie a lot more.
I grew up on the cartoon, actually. Real Ghostbusters was always a thing of my past and future. I had a Kenner pack. I actually still have my Kenner pack. And I just always loved it. I ran into a friend of mine from high school, Ben, who has the Ecto truck. He introduced me to GB Fans, the community, and it just spiraled off from there.
We're kind of lunatics and know way too much about the topic.
It was a hearse ambulance combination The original was obviously a 59, but the 70 was actually scripted to be the movie car.
We're a passionate group of people about costuming. You know, obviously we have lots and lots of things that go into detail, so I'm not really an expert to say that, but there's a lot of stuff that goes into being Ghostbusters, and you know, it's always about putting on the uniform and not just going to the next best thing, I guess, like the Ectomobile, the Proton Pack. We're always improving it, always trying to make it better.
The car had a full body restore, engine restore, suspension, interior, and the guy that did all that also did the custom roof rack, which was all steel welded. The sniffer and the radar actually work, they turn and everything, and it has the accurate siren on it. We have a Furno stretcher for the back, for the pack rack, which holds 3 proton packs, and actually has a track in the back that it fits to. And the interior of the car, we have electronics similar to the movie one's, not completely accurate, but they also work.
We had it configured the same way they did in the movie, kind of basing it off of, you know, the height and the design and everything. And then got that done about 1 a.m., drove down to the garage. This was the day before an event. Drove down to the garage, all excited, put the packs on it. Went to go pick it up and put it in the Ecto. It didn't fit. It was too hot. So that's why we had to go with the lower version that has less packs on it.
Ladies love a man in uniform.
Well, there's a small difference between Scott and I, because Sandra was always into Ghostbusters, and Sandra brought Scott into it. As far as my wife Jen and I kind of brought Jenny into it.
The Ghostbuster wedding was amazing, let me tell you. Proton packs and a wedding.
It is interesting, because especially since, you know, when we got married, there was probably about 20-something Ghostbusters at the wedding, and I do have wedding pictures where people were wearing proton packs, and there are Ectomobiles, so it's kind of fun. The best part was when the reception started and we were doing wedding pictures with the proton packs, my father standing in a corner with a drink in his hand going, "They're wearing the backpacks. They're wearing the backpacks."
Ectoplasm Martini. It's got triple sec and a little bit of orange flavor into it. And it's got Bailey's and green, because green's awesome. I have a pink plasma stream, which is vodka, lemonade, Sprite, and raspberry. Kind of don't cross the streams, it's pretty much a blue margarita in your mouth. It's got orange juice, blue curacao, 2 kinds of tequila. I got a Slimer Shock, which is Midori, Malibu, one other delicious thing. I think it's Captain Morgan's. Last one is the Stay Puft Marshmallow Shot. It's got Bailey's, it's got whipped cream vodka, it's got Frangelico, and it's got marshmallows.
Who knows if a big marshmallow man shows up? I'm out of here.
Come on.
That was yummy.
And the flowers are still standing.
Yes.
A lot of other group type people have like more of a military regiment, or just a lot serious about it. Seriousness, I guess. With us, it's more just about having fun, getting together. Yeah, we costume and everything, but we just want to go out and have a good time.
There he is! That's my guy.
His brand new hat. Really? Goggles on the cowboy hat?
I wore them last year.
Okay.
That was my
Okay.
mean Heartbreak Kid.
You better wear that tomorrow. It's not accurate if you don't wear it.
I'm leaving. I'm getting all these angry. Everyone looks so angry. There we go. At least he turned the lights on. He's missing some LEDs. Like half of his light bar is out.
Man, there's mosquitoes out here.
Oh, everybody's vacating out that way.
Everything's better when Aykroyd does it, okay?
Hi.
Yes. I told you this.
Because she gave it all up to you, Mike, that's for sure. She said, I'll play that. Oh great, now we're getting videotaped talking about Dan Aykroyd and anal.
The brand logo is definitely one of the most recognized logos out there, and I think it being a comedy just made it a little bit easier accessible to adults and kids alike.
Look at it! Ghostbusters! Hey everybody, that's a Ghostbusters here! Oh my god, that is too funny! Lexi, turn around! It's attention. Yeah! Ghostbusters! Alright! What is fun?
Everybody like in the bag is like, oh look, come on. Bring it in.
We get a call!
All the stuff looks just great. People are really doing a good job reproducing it. I got out to California when I was about 22 and started working with Rick Baker in fall of 1983 on Thriller. And pretty soon after that, they started working on this thing called Ghostbusters down in Marina del Rey at a place called Boss Film. And we were in between shows at Rick's, so had permission to go work on Ghostbusters and went down and was a puppeteer for the Terror Dogs on the Temple set. I guess they were there for about 6 weeks. And all during the 80s, I worked between the Rick Baker Studios and Industrial Light and Magic. And I got a call one day, I guess it was 1986, it was Dennis Murin asking me to come up and work with him at ILM on Ghostbusters 2. So I went up and designed ghosts and built ghosts for 20 weeks. From the time I got called till the time I left and built all that stuff was 20 weeks, so it was really fast. There was a lot of work. At peak, I had 55 artists working for me on that, and at the peak of that, we had live rubber gags working on 6 different sets in front of 6 different camera crews at the same time. Never had to wait for us. It was a lot of fun. I don't do that now. Back in Florida now. But, nice to meet you. Thanks for showing it to us.
Okay, let's roll it up, pack this beast up, and get out of here.
Just a Mod Podge.
Just gotta get the pack rack in.
It came out okay, but the leather that I used was this piece of shit.
One, two, three.
Go down.
Slowly. There we go. There we go. Okay, and now keep it. And now we're just gonna lift straight up. And up. Keep going, keep going.
Are we
Hold on, we're not in.
Here we go. Here we go.
Fancy.
Wait, stuff in somewhere.
There we go. It takes 3rd time's a charm. It's always a charm. That's how this. Come
I'm hilarious.